Hola, hola, it's your girl Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start standing as your fully expressed self. As you are, as is, there is no filter needed. You are fucking awesome, and I am here to remind you. I'm a confidence coach, and I'm a bold stand for confidence, and I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. Hello, what's going on? I hope that you are keeping well. I hope that you are keeping yourself good in this time. I wanted to do this episode because I was inspired by my sisterhood women, the women in my year-long coaching program. We haven't had a chance to have our in-person days because we do a Melbourne in-person program where we meet 6 times a year, and then we also run an online program. And because of what's going on around the world, obviously we can't meet in person, so we're waiting to have these full-day events again where we can connect and be together. And in the meantime, as you know me, your girl, I like to offer as much as I can, especially support to my ladies, to my clients, to those of you out there that are actually doing the work, right? So I spoke to my husband and said, what can we do? Can we do a virtual day for them? Just like act like we're together virtually, have a party, have a dance off, wear our sisterhood t-shirts. So if you want to see how that turned out, please head to my Instagram. I put something up on my grid, and there's also stories in my highlights that say Sisterhood 2020. So you can have a look at that. It was so much fun. It was great to see the ladies. I have been showing up every single week providing coaching for my sisterhood community because I know right now more than ever we need to connect. We need to be feeling connected. We need to be managing our minds and doing all the things. And so I wanted to do this episode because this came up so much in most of our calls that I've been having in the past month since COVID has been going down. This idea that if you've been working on yourself, and I will say there's a disclaimer caveat here. I am talking to women who have been working on themselves with guided support. So whether that's therapy, whether that's life coaching, whether that's if you join the sisterhood and you work with me, if you are not working on yourself, if you are not working on yourself and you have not been working on yourself, but you want to, this message is not really for you because you need to be careful and look after your mental health. So why I'm saying this, I don't like to be irresponsible with my message. So the podcast episode is all about permission to break down. And I'm saying permission to break down for those of you who've been working on yourself and you are trying so hard to keep it together, to not go back, air quotes, to where you used to be. You know, to not repeat that old behavior because you're in fear that maybe if you allow yourself to do what you used to do or to do what you did in the past, you're going to be depressed and you're going to spiral and you're going to go down into this hole where you were a long time ago. I'm talking to those of you who have been working on themselves and now are finding that they're trying to keep it together and really what they want to do is break down. And it's an important distinction because if you've been working on yourself and you're in fear of letting go and breaking down, what can happen there is you are thinking that if you let it go and break down, that you will go back to how you used to be. And I want to talk about that in this podcast episode. And why I say for those of you who are not working on yourself, if I say to you, yo, just break down, permission for you to open up old wounds and go into your trauma and break down. If you have not had a coach or a mentor, if you don't have the tools like what I'm offering in the sisterhood in order to get yourself out of a funk, I would not recommend doing that because it is dangerous and you can get yourself into a depressive state and not know how to get out. And when I work with my clients, I work with women with all kinds of trauma. I got all kinds of trauma, all kinds of, mental, physical, spiritual shit that's going on for them, old stuff. And I work with all of them and we talk about the tools on how to not stand in the victimness and how to stand from an empowered space, how to learn lessons from the hardest, most difficult times in our lives. And we all have difficult times in our lives that we can learn from. And so when I'm giving you and telling you permission to break down, please be responsible with how you take this information, okay? This is not a one-on-one coaching session with me. This is a podcast. And I really think that this is an important topic, because if you're listening to my podcast, odds are you are the group that has been working on themselves. You are a woman who has been doing some inner work. So here's what I want to say to you when I talk about permission to break down. Thank you for dealing with all that, disclaimer talk. Here's what I want to say to you. I have had many of conversations with women who are feeling similar feelings to how they used to feel in the past. Meaning some shit has gone down for them in the past. Maybe it was depression. Maybe it was postnatal depression. Maybe it was anxiety. Whatever it was in the past. And consider that anything you have went through, you have moved through, you have shifted, part of you has grown a lot. Even if you're not giving yourself credit for it. There's no way that you moved through some big heavy shit without shifting, without changing, without up-leveling, without expanding your growth. There's no way. All of us expand our growth. My mentors used to say it's like an arrow pulling back. When you pull back a bow and arrow, it's hard and it's tight and there's tension and you're sweating and your arms are shaking and it's heavy and you're like, fuck, this is so hard. I can't hold it. And the more you hold it, when you let that shit go, that arrow is going to fly so forward. That is you. You may have to go back and hold a lot of tension and shakiness and fear and doubt, and you might be sweating and your fingers might be hurting from holding that heavy ass bow and arrow. And the minute you let it go, you go fucking forward, but you needed to go back to go forward. And so I want you to understand that who you used to be, who you are in fear of becoming again, is not who you are right now. Go back to that time when you were depressed. Go back to that time. Go check her out. I did an exercise with one of my ladies where I told her to close her eyes, see that you. Go back, close your eyes if you can, if you're not driving. Close your eyes, see yourself 5 years ago, 4 years ago, however many years ago when you were in that dumpy, funky place that you're scared of going back to. And see who you were, see what you were thinking, see what you were feeling, who were you hanging out with, what kind of thoughts were in your head. What were you doing with your time? How were you eating? What were you drinking? Like, who were you back then? And if you can find her and see her and clearly define her, fast forward to now. Are you the same person? Do you have different tools right now than you had back then? I really want to give you permission to break down. So many of you are trying to keep it together. Oh, I got to keep it together. Got to keep it together for my family. Got to keep it together for my kids. Got to keep it together for work. Oh, I can't break down. Fuck that. What do you think? You're a robot? Of course you need to break down. I'm like, the power is in breaking down. Breaking down the bullshit, breaking down the walls, breaking down everything that you think you need to be, breaking down the identities, the egoic bullshit stories that are not serving you, breaking that shit down. Only when you break down can you break through. Only when you break down can you see what it is that needs your attention. Your emotions need your attention. Your body needs your attention. There's situations coming up that are asking, begging for you to listen to them, for you to stop doing all the things so that you could fucking be. Fucking Deepak Chopra says, you're not a human doing, you're a human being. Are you being right now? Can you be with what is? Can you be with all the emotions that are in your chest, that are creeping up to your throat, that are coming out of your eyeballs, and you keep going, oh no, I don't want to cry right now. Oh, no. Anyway, so let me hold that in. Fuck that. Let that shit out. Don't hold it in. Let it out. Safely. Go have a bath. Go have a shower, hot or cold. If you use either one, they stimulate you differently, right? Scream in a fucking pillow. Hit a pillow with a fucking, what's that called? A baseball bat. You know, break a plate outside in a safe area if you can. Scream out loud. Shake, dance, rage, whatever the fuck needs to come out of you. Don't judge it. Let it come out. You keep suppressing it, and I continuously use the example of a champagne bottle that you shake that shit, shake, and then you fucking pop at someone. Can you imagine shaking up a champagne bottle? Pop! Fucking explosion of emotions. Versus, it's a fucking champagne bottle that's been shaken up, and every day, that's me releasing the top, releasing the cork, a little bit of pressure. That's what we fucking do in the sisterhood. Every time we have a hot seat call, we release the pressure. Hot seat coaching call, release the pressure. Share. Sometimes someone else shares, it releases pressure in you. And it's not even your fucking pressure, because it hits something for you. That's what this fucking work is about, you guys. That's why I do this shit. It's not a business fucking technique or strategic whatever. This is how we heal the fucking globe. We come together. We share our shit together. We hold space for others to share and say what they need. We listen to them because their talking is us feeling. We feel the same shit as them. We feel seen. We feel heard. We feel validated. That is how we fucking heal. You don't heal alone in a fucking room by yourself. No, that's not how it happens. I'm telling you right now, the power is in you sharing. The power is in you being heard, being witnessed, being supported, having space held for you, and you holding space for someone else. Not power in people solving your fucking problems and victimizing you. No, that does not serve anybody. That is not helpful. I'm telling you right now, you need to allow yourself the space and the time to break down. You can't be keeping your face and your mask and keeping it all together, holding it for your family, holding it for your kids, holding it for your work. Some of y'all work in places where you need to fucking quit. Some of y'all work in places right now that you need to leave. They are not serving you. Your mental health, your physical health, your emotional, spiritual well-being is not being serviced right now. It's up to you to service yourself. Saying no. Not doing it. Giving yourself time. I spoke to another client of mine who was like, I can't wait to retreat. And I'm like, listen, you don't have to wait for a retreat. You can actually retreat in your own home. That's what you're getting right now. An opportunity to retreat, to pull back. An opportunity to close the door and tell everybody where you live to leave you the fuck alone for 2 hours. To shut off all electronics. To give yourself time and space to bathe, to write, to cry, to do arts and crafts, to have a shower. You know, to do something that lights you up. To sleep. Some of y'all ain't sleeping. You need to sleep more. Some of you are sleeping too fucking much. You need to get your ass up and go into nature. Get some sun, vitamin D. You know what you need. If you get quiet enough and if you give yourself the time and space to allow a little bit of your shit to break down, allow a little bit of that pressure to be released from your champagne bottle or rosé, whatever you like, you know what I'm saying? When you allow a little bit of pressure to be released, then, only then can you start looking at how you're feeling, why you're feeling the way you're feeling, what you can do about it. If you continue to suppress, you're going to fucking pop your cork and explode in the wrong time at the wrong person. And nothing's wrong. It's probably right to show you that clearly your shit was too shaken up and you haven't let any pressure out. Please break down responsibly. You don't have to burst out at other people. Give yourself the time and space. Your body, your mind, your soul, your emotions are speaking to you. There's a fantastic movie that I tell a lot of my sisterhood women to watch, Emotion. It's Emotion movie. It's amazing. It's on Gaia. If you want to go watch it on Gaia. Incredible. It talks about the emotion code. It talks about your emotions and how we suppress. It talks about how your suppressed emotions become disease, which equals dis-ease in your body. Trauma is held in your fucking body. Some of you people are so in your head and you know intellectually what's going on and you know the processes, but you've never felt it. You know about it, but you don't feel it. How do you feel? You fucking feel in your body. You cry, you scream, you yell, you let it out. And so this is an invitation. If you're not working on yourself, please consider working on yourself. Don't do this if you're not working on yourself. Don't use this podcast as a reason to break down and go into a spiral. That is not what I'm saying here. Okay, what I'm saying here is you need a safe space to unravel. You need to join some shit. You need to work in a community. You need to up level. You need to get a coach or a mentor or a therapist or whatever the fuck floats your boat. But definitely some sisterhood shit. You need a place where you can be and you can be heard and felt and seen and unraveled and not fixed because you ain't fucking broken and not repaired because you don't need a fucking tune up. You need a spiritual tune up that you can give it to yourself. You can give it to everything you need. You have. You doubt that you have it. That's why you don't know you have it. You got the keys inside of you. They're not outside of you. The answer is inside of you. The answer is not in the external world where you're seeking to be validated from everybody else but your fucking self. So I'm telling you right now, permission to break down. The only way through is as you break down. The only way through is the only way out is through. Break free, break down, break out, break through. It looks like a fucking breakdown, a breakthrough. That's what it looks like. It's a hot mess. You got snot, shit running down your face. You're crying. Your mascara's all fucked up. Doing one of those ugly cries. I love that shit. That is where it comes from. I'm telling you right now, this is going to serve you so much. If you are not working on yourself and you're going, fuck, how do I do this responsibly? Check out the fucking sisterhood. Check it out if it's for you. If it's not for you, cool. Find something like that, because you need to be supported safely and guided. And you can't just break down with no tools. If you have no tools in your toolkit, it's like going on a fucking hike. You don't have no water. You ain't got no fucking hiking shoes. You're wearing a fucking bikini and sandals and you're going hiking. That's not the right, you're not equipped. Don't do it. Don't hike right now. Maybe do it later. You need to have tools in your toolbox. You need to be equipped in order to take this fucking hiking journey of breaking down and breaking through and allowing shit to come out that is dying to come out. I love you. Please hit me up if you got questions about this. I'm a human. I will respond to you. If I don't get to you, please don't send me Facebook messages. I do not even go on Facebook unless it's in my group. Please don't send me Facebook messages because I probably won't get them. So please, if you're interested, send me a message. support@thequeenofconfidence.com. support@thequeenofconfidence.com. If you want to know more about this shit or more about the sisterhood, or you have questions, also please hit me on Instagram @thequeenofconfidence. I'm there. I love you. I really want to see this work for you. I know this can work if you allow yourself and trust yourself. And if you do the work, which is not victimizing yourself, it is empowering yourself into knowing that if you feel the feels and you work on your shit, and you work on your mind, that you can overcome any fucking feeling in the whole wide world. And by overcome, I mean feel it. Be with it. Sit with it. Eckhart Tolle that shit. I'm telling you, it's so powerful. I love you, and I hope that you are well. I love you so much. Oh, and please, pretty please, if you're enjoying this podcast, if I may ask you to head to my website, thequeenofconfidence.com/podcast. You can click and review my podcast. I would really appreciate it if you left me a review. Tell me what you think of the podcast. Tell me anything you can, how it's helping you. Drop your Instagram handle so that I can personally thank you. I so appreciate you. I love you so much.
My darling, we are in wild times right now. And in order for you to manage your mind and boost your immunity and be level-headed instead of panic, I want to invite you to consider online training, to consider joining a community, a sistership where you are going to be held, where you're going to be supported, where you have a safe space to unravel. And with all this time at home, you can actually better your life and work on yourself. Good news as well, I have now done a 12-month payment plan for the online sisterhood. So many women right now are experiencing trouble with their finances, losing their jobs, being single mothers, not knowing when their next money or paycheck is going to come from. And we are navigating that with our current sisterhood members. We are working with every woman that we can in order to support them in these tough times. And I hear you out there saying, I'd love to join the sisterhood, but I can't afford it. I can't afford 6 payments. So what I've done is made it a year-long program. It's a year-long program with a year-long payment plan. I really, really want you to consider if this is the time for you to join the sisterhood and work on yourself. It is available to you now. Let's do the damn thing. Thank you so much for listening. I so appreciate your ears, your time, your energy, and your attention. Please do me a favor and head over to Apple iTunes, subscribe so that you don't miss an episode, share this episode with a sister who you know needs to hear it, and if you feel called to, leave me a review. I'd love to know what you think about the podcast. I'd love to know how this information is helping you change your world. Thank you so much for being here. I know that there are many podcasts you could listen to, and I really appreciate you listening to mine. Have a gorgeous week, honey.